You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Go back. Well, it was a beautiful day yesterday, and God saved America. And Go Woke, Go Broke, one of our good friends that helped in the process. Charlie Gasparino, I bet you your book helped a great deal. Go Woke, Go Broke. Give us your analysis about what happened yesterday.
Well, it's the culmination of, as you know, John, we were talking about this last night, the greatest political comeback probably in the history of political comebacks. Take out the indictments and, his exit in 2020, which wasn't the high point of Donald Trump's career. He faced in the last 3 months this amazing ground game that the Democrats have. And the ability, Kamala Harris raised $1 billion, and they poured it all into the ground game in battleground states, and he won every battleground state. And he won it because, you take out the bluster, and I think people, what Trump realizes, and I think what some people on the left are missing is that Americans are hurting, and they're hurting spiritually, and they're hurting economically. We'll get to the economic part. It's pretty simple. It's literally the fact that the stock market may be up. All the spending may be great for some people, but for the vast working class Americans, it's not. Inflation is crushing them, and that's what they voted last night. And when I say they're hurting spiritually, we have a Democratic Party that is so consumed with changing the cultural dynamics of this country from what it was into something that I term woke, and I write about it. They were aided and abetted by corporate America, and they're in rebellion against it. And if they rebelled against BlackRock, Disney, all the companies I write about in my book that are suffering from flagging sales because they went left, BlackRock with ESG, Disney with all this cultural messaging in their programming. I don't know how the Democratic Party...
Charles, Ed Cox here. Are you really raising a bigger point here about what happened in this election? And your book, Go Woke, Go Broke, really hits on it. That we are moving away from the going towards the left as a country to going back to being a center-right country. And this is a big wave that's moving very quickly, and that helped one Donald Trump win the presidency.
Yeah, yes. And listen, what may sell to brainwashed college students, and not all brainwashed college students, not all college students are brainwashed, but, there's a loud minority that think it's cool to kill Jews in near Gaza. Most people don't believe that. What may sell to them and may sell to their friends on Twitter and to the leftist academics does not sell to most Americans. That's what my book's about, and that's what we saw last night. Kamala Harris is, actually proclaimed a few years ago, we need to be more woke. Her and Joe Biden have instituted wokeness writ large through DEI policies. Let's be real clear here. They claimed on Easter Sunday, they named, and I guess maybe it was inadvertent, but they should have known better. On Easter Sunday, they call that Trans Visibility Day. What the hell is that?
Trans Visibility Day.
Well, what about, Charlie, it's Richard Weinberg, what about when they say you can't say Merry Christmas anymore? You can no longer say Christmas. What is wrong with these people?
Neiman Marcus is no longer calling their Christmas catalog.
Yeah, and they've been doing it for ever.
125 years or something like that.
Yeah. Well, then why shop at Neiman Marcus then?
I'm not.
Do they? I don't. I listen. I shopped. I'm not a big shopper, just so you guys know. But I think I might have been in a Neiman Marcus once in my life. But and by the way, it hasn't hurt me that much. So I'm just saying that none of these products are irreplaceable. You wanna listen. If you want a virtue signal, if you sell ice cream like Ben and Jerry's, that might work. Not going to work for 99% of most products. It's clearly not going to work if you want to run for president. Kamala Harris and knucklehead Tim Walz found that out last night.
She, Ed Cox here again. She was really from the far left, and she wanted. She was campaigned in 2020 in the primary to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was the wrong candidate. If this tide is going to the center right, she's left high and dry basically.
And Tim Walz also signaled she was going to go worse.
Exactly.
Right?
Walz was the worst. Walz was absolutely the worst.
I think we have to back up a minute. She was the worst candidate because not just because she has flip-flop and she embraced leftism so much. She shouldn't have been in that job.
Yeah.
I mean,
she has no clue what's going on.
Exactly.
Why did she become vice president? I mean,
identity politics.
Had to go identity politics.
Yes,
I mean, he didn't win any votes. And why did they pick Tim Walz instead of Josh Shapiro? Well, Josh Shapiro is Jewish, and so that might alarm.
And Josh Shapiro, I'm not sure he worked so hard to get her elected in Pennsylvania because he wants to run in 2028.
Yeah, they're already lining up,
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I am just saying that, that makes sense. But if you think about it, she was wokeness. She got the job because of wokeness.
Yep.
There's no way. And then they couldn't hold an open primary because they couldn't diss a black woman who's the vice president.
Yep.
Even though she became the vice president for the main.
She put him in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlie, thank you so much. Thank you. And check out Charlie's great book. Go broke.
Let's send it to every college professor.
Yeah, they need it. Thank you, Charlie.
Anytime, guys.